Hello Henya, this is John with Opals. Here's how you can catalog that book in Cyrillic, Ukraine Cyrillic as I understand. Items, the MARC editor. You'll choose book template with added fields. Added fields are I added extra fields so they would always be there for you. You'll put a check mark in here. New record. Okay. Now, the first thing you'll do with a foreign language item. Hello, Henya, this is John with Opals. I'll show you how to catalog that item that you have in Ukrainian. Items, MARC editor. Okay. You'll choose book template with added fields. I added extra fields so they'll always be on your template that are good to have in the event you need them. You'll put a mark in the circle here, new record. Okay, and then the first thing you'll do is click the notepad here for the 008 field, and you'll need to adjust the language. Okay, now here is, and I'll send you this, here is the names of languages for library cataloging. And if I go way down, sorry about this, there it is. It'll be UKR. That's the 3-language code. Okay, so I'm going back to here and I'm going to paste that in. I probably could have found that just by clicking that, but I thought I'd show you this as well. Okay, so that's in. I'll click OK. Okay, so you have the UKR in the 008 field. The next thing you'll need to add are, say, the author, and you would probably be typing this in the original language, last name, comma, first name, the title, the remainder of that title if there is one. This site we're looking at now in this clip called WorldCat has one of the largest library record databases in the world. You have to pay for it though to download. And they don't have the Ukraine language version of this book, but they do have it in English, for example, right here. Oftentimes when I'm teaching people how to catalog original, it's called original cataloging. You're cataloging it for your library in an original fashion. Fortunately, there's all those databases out there where you get most of your records, but this is one where you're not. Here's the English, and this may help you because if I show more, it's showing, for example, the summary, okay? And this is what we often put in the 520 field, so teachers, students, people that use your library, etc., will know what the book is about, okay? So that's a little bit. Let me just show less. Let's see if there's another one. Okay, not that one. Here's one. Let's see what this one says. There's no cover. Okay. And this one, usually they also, let me see what they have here. Okay, they usually show subject headings that are going to 690, like Village Life or Gold or whatever you might have. This record is a little thinner than most. Oh, here's another one. No, it's this one here. And I'm also seeing something else. I've seen some translations more expensive than Gold. Anyway, this will help you. And you'll probably be typing it in completely in Cyrillic, so you'll have to just make sure the last name, comma, first name. And then Elisa here is the illustrator, and I'll show you where she goes. Let's go to the record I'm showing you. The illustrator will go down here at the bottom in the 700 field. This is called an added entry, personal name, last name, comma, first name. Here you would just, you don't have to put anything in, just last name, comma, first name. So again, this is called WorldCat, very helpful. Not great in this specific record, but it is helpful. Okay. So let's go back up to the top. Put the ISBN number off the Cyrillic Ukrainian version here. Even though we're not finding it out there, someone may see this somehow, not your library necessarily, but it's good to have that in here. The 041 is a language code. Let me show you a site that talks about that. This is MARC Records, the Library of Congress, and this shows you the 041 field, which is about language. Okay, codes for languages. Okay, so let's go down. I'll send you the link for this too. You'll have no indicators. That means, let me jump back. These two squares here, this one and this one, you don't really need anything here. Okay. Well, yeah, you'll want this one. I'm sorry. Item, not a translation, and doesn't include one. Here, you don't need anything. Then down here, okay, the language code of the text or soundtrack, depending, or the language code of the summary, or the language code of table of contents, whatever. But for your record, I think you'd be just perfectly fine if you put in an A, language code of the text, all right? And then use the UKR again. Or you can, let's see what they show here. Let me in a minute. Okay. You could even, item is in Russian, predominant language, and English. Yours is only, from what I'm seeing, in Ukrainian, so you'll put in the UKR. Okay? Let me see if there's any other examples. Okay. And these, you don't write these in. They're just telling you why it's done like this. This text is in original Greek, and the English translation is right here. But you don't have that. So you just have the original language version, which would be UKR. Okay, so you'll put in UKR here. Then the author's last name, comma, first name, the title, the place of the publisher. And if you don't fill all these out, not the end of the world. You don't have to, but I'm just giving you the whole program here, what you could fill out. Place of publication, the name of the publisher, the date of the publication. I definitely would put a date in. If you like, you can put how many pages. If there's illustrations, just like this, ILL, you can put that in a period. Okay. Dimensions, who cares? You don't need that. If there's a series, if this is part of some series, you could put the series name here. Like many books are a part of a series. This may not be, but I thought I'd show it to you. 500. This is where you might like to put something like text is in English, no translation, or something like that. Or text is in original Ukraine or Cyrillic, whatever you like. It's nice to put that in a 500 general note. 504 you could put if there was a bibliography. I doubt this has it. Or an index, you could put it here. 505 is, I doubt you would do this, but I'm showing you anyway. This is where you put, say, the poems. If there's a collection of the best Jewish poems from the last decade, you could put each poem in there separated by a space, a hyphen, space, and they're all searchable. That's not going to apply to the book, but I thought I'd mention it. 520, this is where you could type in, based kind of here, you could type it in probably the Cyrillic. You could translate this and put it in, or type your own, whatever you like, put it in the 520. If there's an award associated with the book, put it in the 586. Not thinking there is, but if there was. 650s are fields for Library of Congress subject headings. In this case, I wouldn't use them. I would use the 690, which is a local subject heading. You added it. You can put anything you want in there. Now let me see what this summary, okay. Village of Skylin, Gold, Journeys, whatever. I'm just making this up on the spot here. But the 690, you could put Village of Skylin, hyphen, space, hyphen, Gold, space, hyphen, Little Boy, whatever you think would be a subject that someone might look for. Let's say someone doesn't know the name of the book, doesn't know the author, but they want a book about, the village of Skylin, if that's something everyone knows about or something like that. Or a journey, or finding out what is truly more precious, or what finding out, I'm just making this up on the spot, sorry. That's what you put here. Just words that people might look for that could find this book without knowing the title of the book or the author. That gives them more access points to the book in your collection. Okay, so once you're done here, now the call number will be on the holding record. Let's go to that. Let's assume we've scanned this all, or we've put in all the information. That's all filled out. Then you'd go to the holding record. You would put your call number here. I think you'd probably use something like FIC, F-I-C, then the author's last name. I don't know if these, I think you would probably want to put it in English so they match your shelves. Okay, so you might put FIC and the author's first 3 letters of the author's last name. Here's your barcode that you could put in, and then if you wanted a price. Okay. I hope this helps. I'm sorry it's a bit long, but I tried to be thorough for you. Always glad to assist.